talk a bit about an ethical scenario. So you've got two people who need a liver transplant, and we're just going to go through their case. So they've already got one liver, and you sort of have to tell me who you want to give that liver to. So you've got a 40-year-old man who needs a liver transplant because he's got liver damage because he drinks a lot. He's married, he's got a 2-year-old daughter, and his wife is pregnant with a son on the way. And then you've got a little 12-year-old girl who needs a liver transplant because she's got a genetic condition that means that her liver just failed. What do you guys think? If you were to choose and you had just one liver, who would you want to give the liver to?
I think it would be a really hard decision, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably choose the little girl because she has a lot of life to live,
Okay.
and it's no fault of her own that her liver has failed. While the man, although he has a family, he has had drinking problems, so he's at fault for his own liver failing. So I thought it would be unfair on the child to not treat the child.
Okay. Anyone else? Gonna go through everyone. So you don't even have to explain. You could just tell me if you had to put yourself in that position. You had to give one person. Who would you give it to?
I would give it to the girl.
You'd give it to the girl. Why?
It's what Christian just said. She hasn't done anything wrong. It's just the way she was born. Whereas the man, he has made his own choices to get where he is today.
Okay. Anyone else? Does anyone give it to the man? Or is everyone just going to go for the girl?
I'm gonna go for the girl.
You're going to go for the girl?
Yeah, because she's not in the wrong, or she hasn't done anything wrong. It's not her fault.
Okay. So everyone's going for the girl. Right. So did someone say something? No.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? Okay. So all of you have gone for the girl, which is what a majority of people will do. But if you remember what we're talking about in the last sort of bit when we're talking about the pillars of medicine, one of them being justice, and that was to make sure that you treated everyone the same and fairly. And a lot of you have said, the man, because the reason he's got liver problem is because he's been drinking, it's his fault, which is true, but also you can't not treat someone because their condition is their fault. There's a lot of people, who they've got liver damage or they've got diabetes because of their diet and because they end up being obese. But you can't say, you know what, you caused that to yourself. I'm not going to treat that's your problem. So you have to sort of look at it in a very systematic way. And someone also said the girl because she's got her life to live, but you can argue so is the man. And you can't say because someone, even if the man was a 70-year-old guy, an 80-year-old guy, you still wouldn't say because he's old, I'm definitely going to give it to the girl, because you have to think about people's social circumstances. And yes, you're right, the guy with the alcohol, obviously we need to sit down with him and talk to him about stopping drinking alcohol, because if you give him a new liver and he keeps drinking, he's just going to damage that liver again, and then that was just pointless. So you're going to sit down with him and let him know that, if you're serious about getting a liver transplant, you want it, you're going to have to give up alcohol. And if he's prepared to give up alcohol, then him and the girl on the same standing. As long as he stopped drinking alcohol, there's no more risk factors. No one is in priority. What you then do at those sort of situations is it sort of starts to get a bit more sciencey, where you sort of look at people's blood group, look at their immune reactions. So you look at the donor liver, sort of what blood group is it, what cells has it got, and then you look at the people that want the liver, what cells have they got, and the best person that matches that donor liver gets the liver. So most times it is quite easy to look at people's social circumstances and say, this person's really young, I'm going to give it to them. But because of those ethical pillars that have said that you treat everyone the same, no matter what, doesn't matter their age, doesn't matter their gender, doesn't matter their class, doesn't matter their race, everyone gets treated the same. So you always need to make sure that if there is any social factors, you get rid of them first, and then you then put them on an equal piling, and then you go from there. Does that make